This is our second lesson for this week. We are problem solving customary metric unit conversions. That means we're going to be working with some story problems. This lesson is adapted from the Go Math lesson 10.6 in your textbooks. All right. Our learning target is I can convert different size measurement units in the U.S. customary and metric systems. Target practice, I can convert different size measurement customary metric units in multi-step word problems. I talked about this in the last lesson video. This is how I think about conversion and how to convert. Just remember that when you convert larger units to smaller units, you need to multiply. And then when you convert smaller units to larger units, you need to divide. But I always think about a block of Legos and then breaking it apart to smaller, individual units of Legos, and that's why you would multiply. So you have a lot more of those individual Legos. And then when I think about, going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, I go and take all of those Legos and then put them together into the block. So you would divide, you would put them together. Division is like glue. And just that's how I remember it. Conversion reference slide. This is everything that we've ever learned about conversions and different systems. I have it right here. And if you need to go back to the slide, you can. Same thing here, metric conversions. There's a little bit more to it. This is from the last PowerPoint video. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Just remember, when do I multiply? When do I divide? If we go from center to the left, you know that as it grows, you're going to be dividing, right? Because we're going from smaller to larger. Now, we're going to larger to smaller as we move center to the right? So we're going to be multiplying. So there's going to be a lot more of these smaller units if we go from a larger unit. Okay. So you've done this before. We're going to be using the cube reading strategy. You can use your graphing notebook and basically be writing down the cube's acronym: circle, underline, box, eliminate, evaluate, solve. And then on the other side, you would be filling in the table with the stuff that you find on in the story problem, because you can't annotate and take notes on the screen. Or at least if you can, you have to have another program to do that. So you won't really be needing to use the keywords reference slide, because what you do, one, you'll be only multiplying and dividing when you're converting, but you need to figure out, okay, am I going from a small unit to a larger unit? And if that's the case, you'll be dividing. If I go from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you're going to be multiplying. So if you can just figure out what is what, then you'll know what operation that you're doing. But if there is a step in in a multi-step, you'll need to box those additional reference slide words. Okay. Now we got to the unlock the problem. Sorry, I'm kind of going fast. I don't want this to be too long, so I will be kind of going through. Just know that in a video you can kind of go back and forth, whatever would help you the most. So here's our problem. Aaron is making fruit punch for a family reunion. He needs to make 120 cups of punch. If he wants to store the fruit punch in gallon containers, how many gallon containers will Aaron need? Now, let's use cubes. All right. So we're going to be circling 120 cups. Now, you can circle, it doesn't say 1 gallon containers. And so you would put circle to 1. But the most important part is 120 cups. That's a lot of cups of punch if he wants to store the fruit punch in gallon containers, the question is how many gallon containers will Aaron need? So that's what we would underline. So remember, we're not boxing anything. We just need to know if we're dividing or multiplying when we're converting. So we're converting cups to gallons. That's a smaller unit to a larger unit. And so we're going to be dividing because small to large, that division is kind of the glue. It pulls all those cups together into gallons. And so E is eliminate and evaluate. So we're going to be eliminating the first sentence. It's really not important. Aaron is making a fruit punch for the family reunion. That's very sweet of him, but it's not really that important. And then we evaluate our steps. We're going to convert cups to pints, convert pints to quarts, and then convert quarts to gallons. All right, we're going to the next slide. So if I look at this table, I'm going to say that there's 16 cups in a gallon. It's not there. I had to figure this out. So if there's 2 cups and 1 pint, all right, and there's 2 pints and 1 quart, then there's 4 cups and 1 quart. 4 cups and 1 quart. I hope you agree with me because it's true. There's 4 cups and 1 quart. Now, if there's 4 quarts and 1 gallon, there's going to be 4 times 4, 16 cups. Now, all I really did, guys, is I multiplied from here to here. 2 times 2 times 4 to figure out how many cups I needed. So 16 cups equals 1 gallon. Now, if you probably could find a better conversion chart that tells you, how many pints and cups are in a gallon. Sure, go ahead. I take everything from the book, and so it kind of makes you do a little bit more math when there's probably a better conversion chart. But anyways, what I for sure know is that I know that 120 divided by 16 is not going to divide it evenly. So 3 steps. First, 120 divided by 2. Remember, we're dividing because we're going from cups to pints. Cups are smaller than pints. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Okay, and then we go 60 divided by 2, which is 30. Right, and I'm doing this in my head. You should know how to do this. But then we go 30 divided by 4, and then we don't get an even number. All right, so 30 divided by 4. 4 can't go into to 3 evenly, so we move on to 30. 4 can go into 30 7 times. Subtract 28. 2. Okay, add that decimal. We've done this before. All right. Pull down that 0. 4 can go into 20. 5 times. 7.5. Okay. Yeah, so we get 7.5. And that's it. So the answer is 7.5 1 gallon containers is how many that Aaron can store for the family reunion. What a nice guy. Excuse me. So here's a little musical break. Listen to your favorite songs to help you remember length, capacity, or weight. Now we have 4 of them. So we have ounces, pounds, and tons, which is weight. We have capacity right here for customary. We have customary for length. And then we have the metric system conversion song, which goes through all of that. Customary, weight, and capacity. All right. Here's another problem to go through cubes. So Sharon's working on a project for an art class. She needs to cut strips of wood that are each 1 decimeter long to complete the project. Okay, if Sharon has 7 strips of wood that are 1 meter long, okay, so she has 7 1 meter long strips of wood, how many 1 decimeter strips can she cut? So we're going from, first we're going to circle. We're going to circle all the numbers that we see. So we have 1 decimeter strips of wood. That's what she needs, okay, to complete her project. So she has 7 1 meter long strips of wood. So she has 7 meters worth of wood. Okay, I know they're in strips, but she does have 7-meter strips of wood. The question's asking how many decimeter strips can she cut from that 7 1-meter long strips of wood. Okay, we're going from meters to decimeters, so we're going to be multiplying, right? Because we're going from a larger to smaller unit. There's going to be a lot more decimeters in the end. Okay, eliminate the first sentence. We don't... Sharon is working on a project for our class. It gives us background, but it doesn't help us on getting an answer or solution to this to the problem. And then we're going to go to the next slide. Oh, wait, sorry. And then we're going to convert meters to decimeters. Ooh, I spelled decimeters wrong. No! That's all right. Step 1. Look at the table. There are 10 decimeters in 1 meter. We know this. Okay? 10 decimeters in 1 meter. Now, we're multiplying. Okay? We're multiplying. I'm using use a diagram solution. You don't have to. You can literally just go 7 times 10 because there's 7 meters. There's, 7 meters times 10 decimeters equals 70 decimeters, right? Decimeters. But you can also go 7, meters right here. Move the decimal place to the right, to get 70 decimeters. You can also do that. Both will work. It's all good. You need to remember larger to smaller multiplying. 7 meters times 10 decimeters equals 70 decimeters. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Okay, student practice, go ahead and use the cube strategy to organize your thinking, to help you out. It will really help if you do this when you practice your problems on Think Central and Khan Academy. The reference sheet is right here. After you're done, go ahead and go and do your homework. 10.6, problem solving, customary, metric conversion, homework on Think Central. And then, guys, I have a Khan Academy assignment for Thursday. Convert units into multi-step problems, metric. There is a problem that has a fraction in it. Hopefully it doesn't have you divide fractions. I've gone through the problems only once, but it has different problems kind of pop up. If you can definitely multiply fractions. You've done it before. Just change that whole number. If you're multiplying a fraction with the whole number, change that whole number to over 1 and then multiply across. But other than that, that's about it. If you would like to get ahead and just do your Khan Academy homework, that will be awesome. I think there's only 4 problems, so it's pretty cool. It's a lot less than the last Khan Academy assignment. But if you want to get ahead, go ahead. Thank you for all the work that you're doing.